Hi guys, so we're going to go through and we're going to take a look at some notes for ecosystems. So all of this is review information. We know all of this, we've talked about a lot of it, but I wanted to go over it with you and make sure that you get it in your notebook. Okay, so we talked about ecosystems are the interactions in a community between living and non-living things. And we have living are biotic, non-living abiotic, and essentially what this is a much more scientific definition. So it's also known as how biotic and abiotic factors in a community interact. When we talk about the word interact, meaning you have to have two or more living things sort of working together. In this sense, interacting and working together doesn't necessarily mean that they're getting along, okay? It could be a negative interaction, and that's okay. From there, we moved into food webs. So in a food web, it's a visual that shows how energy flows through an ecosystem. It's also a way of looking at who is eating who, okay? So what we have, and this is where we ended class the other day, so we have energy is moving up. So a producer, or the other word that we were using is autotroph, they're going to take energy from the sun and convert it to food. From here, typically you're going to have your primary consumers. By the way, at any point in time in this video, if you are not keeping up with me, feel free to pause and you can always resume. Okay. So primary consumers are herbivores, so these eat plants. Plants. Okay. From here, let me fix my arrow. From here, we go to secondary consumers or carnivores. These eat meat. Okay. From here, we can go to the tertiary level. Okay. Tertiary consumer. These are also going to be carnivores. Okay. But really, at the very top, we have our decomposers. Okay. What these things are going to do, typically it's bacteria, fungus. There are some animals that are decomposers, but mostly it's bacteria. Decomposers are going to break down dead things. They are going to put nutrients back into the soil. Sorry, that's really sloppy and really scrunched. Okay, so if you think of the food web, and it is very much not this straight line, okay? There's stuff interacting everywhere, all sorts of connections, things like that. If you look at what happens, so the energy is going to flow because a food web shows how energy flows through an ecosystem. If nutrients are put back into the soil, those nutrients are going to be used by the producers and the autotrophs to combine with the sun's energy to help them be healthy. So really, the energy would flow back down here. So it's almost a giant recycling game. Okay, so here's that for ecosystems and food webs.